This is Rust integrifolia. It's a native here in Palos Verdes in Southern California, but that's not really why it's special. Rust integrifolia is gynodioecious, which is a breeding strategy where both female plants with only female sex organs and hermaphroditic plants with both male and female sex organs are in a population. That's really rare in the plant world, and that makes Rust integrifolia really special. It's an evolutionary strategy it uses to increase outbreeding and reduce inbreeding.
If you need a quick recap on flower morphology, the pistil is the female sex organ and the stamen is the male sex organ. So a population of Rust integrifolia would have female plants with just a pistil and hermaphroditic plants with stamens and a pistil. So given that Gynodioecy occurs in less than 1% of plant species, what's the evolutionary advantage for Rust integrifolia? Well, this paper by Horowitz and Beeles, which is linked in the description, tries to tackle that question. First, it's important to understand that for a long time, botanists thought Gynodioecy was just an intermediate evolutionary phase between bisexuality, where all plants have both sex organs, and dioecy, where there are distinct male and female plants. But that's probably wrong. Gynodioecy is stable in most populations where it exists, which indicates that there's a pretty clear evolutionary advantage to it. So, what is that advantage? Well, pollen, the male gamete, is expensive for the plant to produce, and plants frequently produce too much of it. The advantage of having a sector of the population that does not produce pollen at all is that not only can those plants specialize in producing seeds, since they no longer have to waste resources on pollen production, but additionally, the extra pollen from the hermaphroditic plants in the population can be used to pollinate the female plants, resulting in more offspring and reducing pollen waste. Here's a quote from the paper I mentioned before that I think sums it up pretty well. Quote, "The suggestion at hand is that total abolition of pollen in a sector of the population may be selected for as an alternative to partial reduction in each individual. But other than being more efficient, there is one more advantage to Gynodioecy, which I want to mention. That's the reduction of inbreeding. So as I mentioned before, female plants of Rust produce more seeds than their hermaphroditic counterparts because they don't need to spend resources on pollen production. That means most plants in the population have a distinct recombinant genetic code instead of just being clones of their parents. In evolution, diversity in a population is desirable because it leads to more random mutations, which would potentially increase fitness." Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and remember that all the sources I covered in this video will be in the description.